my name is Lizzie. Each week I'm bringing along a different origami fold to encourage you to take some time out for yourself. And origami is a great way of just focusing the mind. It's a challenge, and that's why it actually does bring you a lovely break as well. Everyone can get hold of some kind of paper, and it can be a great way to relax and just see where it takes you. There are so many possibilities with paper folding. These films are all dedicated to my colleagues at UCH in London Hospital, and search for staff and for patients, thinking about what difficult continued time this has been, and our need for connection and self-care for both groups as well. But the wonderful thing is these films are for everybody, and absolutely delighted to encourage people across the world too. So I hope you're going to enjoy this one. I'm calling it, I think, Star with Stripes, or maybe Strong Star with Stripes. A little while back I play around with paper myself and I just see what happens. So this is something I found and have shared already, Strong Star. I really love it, all these little bits that lock together. It just looks really neat, and it's lovely because you can use different colours. So this one actually is just a variant really of this, how you can add some extra folds, and it makes it even more decorative and I think really interesting too. So these are ones that we can do, and I will show you how to do. So first of all, I'll show you how to what sort of size paper maybe you could use. If you have origami paper, now is your time to use it. Definitely, particularly as it has white on one side and colours on the other. If you don't have origami paper, you could use wrapping paper. That's one possibility because it's white on one side and colours on the other. Otherwise, I will show you just a plain paper. You could colour it in. So you could use felt tips, colouring pencils, or maybe you could find a magazine. So it's just different on the two different sides. So that will all work. So here goes. I'm going to grab a board, something to press on. So first of all, I'll just show you how to make a square, and then I've actually coloured some ones in already. I've come prepared, and otherwise you'll spend a while watching me colouring in and chopping them up as well. So to make the squares, you'll only get 4, I'm afraid, from one A4 piece of paper, but that's all right. You'll just have to go on to the second one. So I'm just folding it in half, nice and neat. Good strong fold. Good folds give it strength, relaxing, and it will all work well that way. Be nice and precise. A tiny little nick there. Keep your hand nice and close to the edge, and then you can tear it off. There we go. And all you need to do is take a corner and line it up at the bottom. So maybe if you had origami paper, you might actually split a piece into 4, or if you've got any small size origami paper, then this can work. Otherwise you'll be making a giant star. Turning it over and bringing it back, lining up there like so. Good strong fold. And then again you can tear it off. So I would recommend that's quite a good size, and it will produce a star this sort of size. So if you open it up, I would then turn it over, colour it in if you're colouring in. So I am now going to fast forward and I'm going to bring along some colour paper that I've made already, so it will save a little bit of time that way. I hope that sounds a good plan. So maybe you've kind of paused, gone and prepared some paper, but you just need 5 squares the same size, ideally in different colours. It's quite fun, and make sure that they're white on one side. This will look good that way. So I'm going to turn over my piece of paper, and I'm just going to keep them all the same way up actually, so that they all match. There we go. There we go. Lovely. You can see they're diagonal lines there already. So if you have got origami paper, take your piece and fold it in half to make that diagonal line. That's right. And then open it up and take this line here, and we're going to bring it to that diagonal line. Like so. So I went from up here down to that diagonal line. Like so. That's it. Now I'm going to turn it over, like so, and I am going to next bring up the bottom flap to make it a parallelogram. That's what you're after. Like so. There we go. Now our next move is we're going to do a diagonal line from this corner to this corner. The important thing is you just do all of them the same way round, which possibly is easier said than done, but if I will hopefully have stayed consistent, and so will you. But that's what you need. But it's always tricky aiming through that corner, but I rather like it too. So it should be looking like this. This is almost the back of the star. This is the side that's the front. And what you can do is just start to close up that arm. So we're going to take this outside bit and bring it to the middle line there to match up, which will be, you can see it's one side of the star. So it's that outside and we brought it to the middle. I'll be doing this 5 times in total, so you should get the hang of it after a while. I'm then going to turn to the back, which is the back of the star, and I'm going to take this line and bring it to that middle line as well. And there you go, you've got your unit complete. We'll do the extra little folds at the end, but that there is a side of your star, so you can see each one will interlock into each other. Right, let's do another one. I will pop that there. Lovely. So again, I'm going to take this side and bring it to that middle line, like so. There we go. And I am going to turn it round, and I'm going to take this bottom side to that diagonal line, which will make it a parallelogram, like so. And again, I'm going to go from this corner to this corner, and again it's always a bit tricky. See how you go, but a nice bit of concentration. It almost looks like it always has a slight curve to it. I just find it a very intriguing shape, this. There we go. That's it. We're going to take the outside to that middle line. This is almost the back of the star that you're seeing at the moment. Whoops, oh dear, something slightly ripped. That is not a good sound, but it'll be all right. There we go. It'll actually be hidden away in the end. And then turning it round, this is the front of a star, that long broad arm. We're going to take this side and bring it to that diagonal line. So I just found this through playing around, and as I said, I'm sure others will have found it too. It's all about, I guess, physics and engineering, and many people will find the same things. There we go. So I've got 2 there. Right, next one. Again, I'm going to take this side and bring it to the diagonal. Orange now. And then I'll show you the variants as well. Turning it over. Again, this bottom line to the diagonal line. So you've always got this triangle, and it's just doing it always the same way round, because there's a direction to it. And then again through this corner to that corner. Nice little, you have to really concentrate. Try to line it up for both of those. I always find this tricky, but it's a good bit of focus. And while we're here, we might as well take this outside to that diagonal line, making the arms just right. That's it. I'm doing that one a bit more carefully this time. There we go. Turning it to the back. And this is actually the front of the star, that long arm, that side to meet that diagonal line. There we go. We've done 3 arms, and this would all fit together to make the strong star, which is something I've shown before. There we go. And next one, same thing. So I'm going to take this one to that diagonal line. Hopefully you're getting the hang of it too. And turn it over. Take the bottom, bring it to the diagonal line. Strong fold, and again I'm going to go from that corner to that corner, so it just tucks that away. There we go. Trying to aim there. There we go. so. And again, this is the back of the star, that side, bring to the diagonal line. There we go. And the other side too. This is a long arm. I'm going to take this side, bring it to there. And folding that in. There we go, we're almost there. Yes. And one last one. So I'm going to take this side, bring it to the diagonal line. So it becomes, in a way, the repetition, I think, is part of what's enjoyable. At first it feels a bit scary, the unknown of it, what am I doing? But then with time, it begins to get easier. And that's relaxing. You've encouraged yourself to make a little change. You've embraced it despite it being challenging. And you're conquering it as well. That corner's that corner. And if things don't work, then you have to figure out why they're not working, which I guess is also engineering, isn't it? You know, what have I done wrong? Why is it not working? No, good questions too. The outside again to that diagonal line. There we go. Turning it to the back, which is actually the front of the star, that side to that diagonal line. There we go. Yay. We have now done, I wonder how you're getting on. We have now done 5 arms, just to show you again how they lock together. They just fit together so nicely. So one will, oh, let me see. That's it. So again, it's this thing where I'm looking into the camera and then so here we go. So this one you can open up the arm if you have them both the same way round, and then I'm slightly shifting this in position, so and opening up that flap, and then you can pop the flap one in there, and this little bit will hug over, and that's the basis for making your star, and it works really well. You get a nice little white bit there, which is the strong star. So this works really well, but let's give it a little bit more interest with these stripes. So we can either do this one, which has got these sort of broader white pieces, or this one, which is more intricate. I thought maybe this one's the most fun. What do you reckon? Does that look a good one? So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's quite simple. It's just really a little pleat. So I'm going to take this apart again. Again, you can see how easily it will all take apart. Again, I'm undoing that little flap. So that's how they fit together. So how to do this? So what you need to do is this front area that you'll be pleating. So I'm just going to undo this flap, and all I'm going to do is take this side and bring it there. So let me see, again, easier to do on a solid surface, I'd recommend, and I will show you again. So it was like this, and I took this edge and brought it to the outside, so I folded it like that, and this would give you this effect for the star. So you could stop there if you wished, or I thought the pleating was maybe nicer still, which just looks a little bit more intricate still. It's up to you. So you could then take this edge back to that line, so you've got this intricate pleating like so. So all you need to do now is get back to where you were, which was to be able to take that bottom bit, fold it up, and then fold that back. So just as it was before, but with the extra pleats added. There we go. So that's it. That's your unit. Again, if I show you another time. So again, you've got your piece here, undoing that longer colourful one. So undoing this, taking this outside bit to the outside line there. And if you want to add the pleat to there, bring this line back there, which will again reveal more colour. There we go. And again, I am taking this, I just want to fold it back to how it was, so tucking that up and tucking that back. Again, it's only in your own hands that you'll start to get a feel for this. Right, I'm on a roll, let's keep going. So again, undoing this, I hope you're on a bit of a roll maybe. Undoing this, taking this line and bring it to the outside one and then back again. Again, it's a pleat. And then we've done 3 and then we've just got 2 more. And then we can put it all together. And I hope you'll also manage to make your own stripy star. Strong star with stripes. There we go. Okay, so attention to details. If something doesn't feel quite right, you fold it until you're happy. That's it. Looks better. Great. Next one. Again, undoing that flap and then pleating that line to that outside line and then back again. Like so. And then back again. It's really good for concentration. Again, folding that under and then folding it back. Like so. There we go. And last arm for me. Right, again, undoing that flap, pleating the outside, that line to the outside and then back again. And then let's see if we can get it together into a full star. Strong star with stripes. So I found there's quite a few different variations you can get with this. So maybe again you can play around, see what you find. This bottom flat, bring it up, bring it back. Playing with paper. Right, hope you're getting on well too. Good one for concentration, isn't it? So I'm going to start with my red arm and again keeping it the same way round and slightly tilting it so that this one will slot into this one. There we go. Does that work? Just going to have to check myself. That's it. It's again seeing it myself. There we go. So I took that side and I slotted it in and then I brought this round at the back so it hugs on there. So our next one, maybe a purple here. So I've slightly tilted this round. Let's get it the right way around, this piece, this stripe. And again, that can slot in there. We want the stripes to be showing. So you tuck in there and then you've also got the flap that can then hug around. Again, it's only in your own hands, you'll find exactly how it works, but that's part of the satisfaction that you're learning to do it yourself. There we go. And again, each time it reveals a little bit of colour, it's really rather nice. Again, tilting it around to the next side. Maybe a blue next. And again, I'm having it so it's facing the front there. Again, I'm going to pop it in there. Tucking that round. Oh, making sure that really has stuck in there. Again, requires your full concentration. I would recommend. Let me just check. So again, each time you're making sure it really slots in there. There's that little pocket where the stripes are for your arm to go in, and then bringing that over. Hold it in place. Hopefully you're getting there as well. You can see it's almost there. And then the very final one, which again, this one is going to slot into there. Maybe your tongue's coming out. I feel as if mine might. I've been doing more complicated ones recently, and I definitely find it harder in the camera while also looking at my own. I can certainly see why most origamists have an overhead camera, because it's much easier that way. Because really you just want to see what you're doing in your own hands. Right, the final piece with anything, what's called modular, these little bits stick together. Any kind of reef or circle is you have to get that final bit coming together. So you have to bring the front to the back and the back to the front. So you have to kind of hold on to everything and shift that shape round. Here we go. So I'm going to have to shift that up, I think. Oh, no. Let's see how I can do this. Actually, sorry, no, it's quite easy actually. We can just pop that in there. And then again, you've got that little flap. So actually, this was quite a simple one to be able to come together. Varies a little bit. There we go. Whew. Hope it's worked for you. Many steps, aren't there? In theory it's simple, but reality is it's a bit complex as well. But I hope you've managed to make yourself a nice little star with stripes. Thank you very much.